Hello guys, so today we're looking at Super Smash Bros. And what if we had to final snap the roster? There's gonna be a lot of hard and difficult decisions. Now, we're going to it, so there are currently 75 characters in the game, and including echoes is how many echoes are there? There's one, two, three, four, around 5 to 6 echoes. So there's around there's 6 echoes, I think. So we'll be reducing the roster. Okay, let's just do a simple number: 40 characters. There are 81 characters total, but we'll be only keeping 41 characters. So the first characters that are all safe is the first 12 characters on the roster. Excluding Dark Samus, which is an Esco, Dark Samus is being removed. It's the first character being cut. I don't see the point of including Dark Samus in Super Smash Bros. As a character, as a separate character. Maybe you can include Dark, and this is the base roster. You can include Dark Samus as a DLC, as a fully photo clone DLC, because Dark Samus has a lot of potential moveset that was missed on the opportunity, and it's just like they really missed out on the opportunity. I think they can, if they reduce the roster and include like some DLC packs with certain old characters, I think they can really do some of these other characters justice as well. They can really revamp movesets of various characters that haven't had the limelight of Smash Bros. They can make Captain Falcon better, and Captain Falcon doesn't have to worry about being at the bottom of the tier list anymore. They can finally fully declone Luigi from Mario as a whole, and they can base, for example, very like when Metroid Prime 4 comes out, they can make Samus's moveset based off that game. There's a lot of possibilities. The next characters they're keeping is Peach and Bowser. Obviously, they're the two of the main characters of Mario. I don't think Nintendo's gonna really cut many Mario characters. But the next character to be removed is Daisy. They can really just make her an alternate costume of Peach. Daisy is almost exactly the same character as Peach. I don't see why they would keep her in the roster. There's no point in keeping this character in the roster. And also, if any Echo characters stay, we will not be counting them as, we'll be going by this, so by how Nintendo classifies characters. So if there's 40 characters plus any possible Echoes in the roster as a whole. The next character is staying that is Zelda. Ice Climbers is being cut. I just don't see why Ice Climbers could stay, but Ice Climbers could return back as DLC. Zelda, they tried to change Zelda's moveset, but they really couldn't. Zeke can really just be, they can bring back the whole transformation thing. So Zeke doesn't take a spot on the roster, kind of like how Pokemon Trainer is one character, but it's actually 3 separate characters. They can really bring that back. So Zeke is not really cut from the roster, but Nintendo could also include an option they disable Zeke's, retain Zelda's old moves. Just maybe you can just keep the character separate if you really want to, because some people that Zelda will, especially Samus is an even harder issue because a lot of more people play as Yuzu Samus than Samus, and it's much more harder, to get Samus into Yuzu Samus using the Final Smash, or Nintendo could just keep some secret way in the game for people to find out how to play as Zeke instead of Zelda to start as Zeke. Yeah, we'll just make them one character like they used to be. Dr. Mario and Pichu and Pichu, they're being axed. There's no point in keeping Dr. Mario. There's no point in keeping Pichu as well. There's no point in keeping these both characters in the rosters. Next is Falco. Falco could be brought back in the DLC packs, including old characters, because I think they can really declone Falco a bit further as a character. Marth is probably staying, and yeah, Marth is definitely staying, obviously, and of course Ganondorf is staying. He's the main villain of Zelda. Young Link, he's gone. No, Young Link, you're not staying. You only was brought back for one game, and this one game only. So Young Link, you're gone. And then Lucina, she'll probably be included. She is essentially, I don't know if Lucina will be staying either. Okay, but considering that we cut Lucina is a bit different character, as her whole story, unlike Daisy and Dark Samus, she was actually pretending to be Moth, in the game, but we want less Fire Emblem characters, so kind of Lucina as well. Next is Mewtwo. Mewtwo, I think, will be staying. People don't want to be angry because Mewtwo got cut again, so of course Mewtwo will be staying. Roy and Chrom, they're also cut, okay? Roy can be brought back as a DLC photo alongside Lucina, but I don't think they're gonna bring back Chrom. He's out. Okay, we have to reduce the roster in some way, and the last melee newcomer is returning is Mr. Game & Watch. Why I chose Mr. Game & Watch over Ice Climbers is Mr. Game & Watch is more significant in Nintendo's history than Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers is not really that significant compared to Mr. Game & Watch. The guy who made the original list of characters that could be cut did not underestimate Mr. Game & Watch's history for the significance and importance to Nintendo. So of course Mr. Game & Watch will be staying. He will not be cut. Ice Climbers has a more of a chance of being cut than Mr. Game & Watch. So I'm sorry, but Mr. Game & Watch is staying. So that brings us to 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 characters. So we have 21 characters remaining. The next two characters that are coming back is Meta Knight and Pit. Dark Pit can just be an alternate costume for Pit. Actually, why don't we just cut all Echoes? We'll just cut all Echoes and bring him back into Echo DLC pack or something like that. So we can still have these characters in the future installments. Zero Suit Samus, we were gone over Zero Suit Samus in the Zelda and Seek issue. They can easily just bring back Zero Suit Samus as a Final Smash thing and have a secret thing where you can play as either one of the characters. Next is Wario. Wario is obviously staying. Why would they cut Wario? He's an important integral part of the Mario character series. So 22 characters, that is. Snake, nope, he's cut. Ike is another weird one. Ike is he's actually part of the Path of Radiance series. I think Ike is more popular than Roy, so he's staying. We have to have more than one Fire Emblem character in the game because Fire Emblem has different eras, and I think Ike is a more heavier version of Marth. So of course we'll keep Ike. Yes, Ike is staying. So that leaves us with 20, 21, 22, and 23. The next character is staying is Pokemon Trainer. So that's the 24th character to be staying. Obviously, Pokemon Trainer is an integral part of Pokemon. And Lucas is cut. Diddy Kong is staying. Obviously, he's an important part of the Donkey Kong franchise. The last characters that are staying from Brawl, Sonic, King Dedede, and Lucario. Not Lucario. King Dedede. Alma, not Lucario. Lucario is being cut. We don't need a million Pokemon on the roster. If you really want the most important characters in the roster, we're keeping all the original 12 characters, so we'll be keeping these. So, Lucario, you are gone. Gone as gone. Okay, Lucario, you are gone. And the next two characters on this list are also gone. Rob, they can just bring him back in DLC. So, Nintendo can keep Rob in a DLC pack. But we'll be reducing the base roster by a significant amount so we can include. The 40 characters include our returning characters, not including newcomers. I'm not gonna remove the entire Smash 4 newcomer cast just for newcomers alone. So that means that leaves us with the original 12, so that's 12. The returning melee veterans was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So Brawl veterans is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And the last Brawl villain that will be returning is Wolf, because we need more villains in the Smash roster, so Wolf will be returning because villains stay. So 29 characters overall. Villains will be staying, but Wii Fit Trainer, you're gone. No point in keeping Wii Fit Trainer. I know the Wii was a very successful console, but do we really need Wii Fit Trainer as a separate character? Yeah, Wii Fit Trainer can be gone and never come back. No one even plays as Wii Fit Trainer either. Mega Man will probably be cut in favor of another character in the roster, but Mega Man will probably return as a DLC. Don't be worried, Mega Man fans. He will come back in the way of DLC characters. Rosary and Luma will probably be staying. Nintendo wants to keep the Mario characters, so 31 characters that is. Widow Mac, he's gone. He's simply gone. No one will miss him as he's the worst character. Okay, well, Punch-Out hasn't been relevant for years. Punch-Out did sell well on the NES, but does Nintendo really care about Punch-Out that much? If Nintendo decided to roster, I think Little Mac could be on the lowest of priorities. Alongside Greninja will probably be gone. His time to shine was in Smash 4, where he was introduced, so Greninja is gone. Mii Fighters will be staying. I'm sorry, but you have to hear this, but Mii Fighters are staying. Because how will Nintendo be able to put in 1 million Mii costumes for as DLC so people can buy them anyways? So Mii Fighters will be staying as the 32nd character. Palutena, Kid Icarus characters, Kid Icarus fans, I'm sorry, he's being cut. And the next character is 33, is Pac-Man. Pac-Man is staying because if Namco is making a game, Pac-Man is staying. So that leaves us up to 30, 31, 32, and 43 characters. Robin is staying because he represents a unique part of Fire Emblem, as he's the only fully non-sword fighter with a few exceptions of his uses of the sword, and he also has the unique moves using his magic instead. Even though he is a avatar, he is the only Fire Emblem character to have the magic abilities as a main part of his moveset, so he's staying. Salk and Bowser Jr. are also staying, so that leaves us to 37. Ryu is the last character from Smash 4 that is staying, so that leaves us to 37 characters. Everybody else from Smash 4 and the Echo of Ken, which can be bought back for DLC, and the Echo Pack will all be cut. So that leaves us with 37 characters. Inkling and Ridley and King K. Rool will be the last 3 characters to be included. King K. Rool and Ridley are of course iconic villains. Why would he cut these characters? Unless Nintendo is obviously being like an idiot, they're not being cut. Ridley and King K. Rool are not being cut, and Inkling is definitely not being cut. So, 41, okay, we have 41 characters. Mega Man, you can stay. Yes. I'm sorry, Mega Man fans. He's cut. I bet they all clicked off the video, but yep. At the end of this video, since we had one more slot, let's just include Mega Man. Anyways, so all the DLC characters are gone. Maybe include Piranha as well. So 42 characters, and we're not even including the upcoming potential DLC characters. So that means it's more than half the roster. So yes, Plant can stay. So that leaves 42 characters, a nice even character roster. Because Nintendo probably will not cut any Mario characters, to be honest, because Nintendo loves Mario so much. So, yes, you might say, oh, why are there so many Mario characters? But Mario does deserve to be most represented franchise. Then why did you cut all the Pokemon Fire Emblem characters? Well, that's because most important franchise to Nintendo is Mario, and Mario has been the main franchise for Nintendo, so that means people will be complaining that why are there so many Mario characters in our roster? And Pokemon, obviously the reason why I removed a lot of the Pokemon, so you can have new chances for new Pokemon to appear, so the Sceptile and Toxicity to be playable characters. Yes, we can have new Pokemon if we cut some of the current Pokemon on the roster. So, yes. So they can have new Pokemon be represented in Smash Bros., such as Scizor, Toxicity, and of course, let's not forget the greatest, Sceptile. And yes, Sceptile should be a playable character in Smash Bros. Or Grovyle, so they can finally have a representative for the Mystery Dungeon series. Pokemon, for example, and now we can go to newcomers and other videos. Zelda could use a few new characters as well. Maybe, but we can of course always bring back characters via DLC. DLC is of course a wonderful window, and the first DLC pack, now we're going over DLC. I think there'll probably be 2 to 3 or 4 years of DLC characters being added. The first is the free pack, and that is the Echo pack, because Echo characters take absolutely no time to put into the roster. So, every Echo but Quam is back. It's kind of like the whole Piranha Plant deal thing, including 2 new Echoes, one of them being Sal the Hedgehog from Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a new Echo, but a lot of returning Echoes return as well, and some Echo characters are further decloned, such as Dark Samus being now a semi-clone, just like Ken is, and Ken will also come back as well as an Echo character. And I'll be going over the the 10 returning character packs that Nintendo would probably put in as DLC, just so he can have some more hype. I think the first character would be Roy, because a lot of people, he's a fan favorite from Melee, so of course he would probably return, and Nintendo would probably bring back some of these other characters that they couldn't include due to time constraints. Those characters being Widowmac and Palutena. These characters would have been cut, probably would have been cut due to time constraints. Bailiff would have been probably cut as well. Yes, people don't like Bailiff being included, but I think Nintendo will want to include him in more than one Smash game. Okari would also be included as another character that was cut due to time constraints. And of course, this roster is also based off Nintendo had time constraints, so Okari will of course come back as a DLC character. Won't be surprised if they do. The fifth character Nintendo could bring back as time constraints is Duck Hunt and Ice Climbers. These characters are retro characters, and Nintendo could easily include them as either free DLC or paid DLC with newcomers. And also all the old DLC, all the old characters will come with newcomers as well, where it's obviously because, I won't be surprised, newcomers as well. So people won't be paying upfront for an old character that has been cut. The seventh character that Nintendo would probably bring back is Falco, because Falco is a very important character that is less important than Wolf because he's a villain, and, if Nintendo really wanted to push the villains being in Smash Bros., Falco would be a lesser priority than Wolf, and he would probably be in a DLC pack of Crystal from Star Fox as well. And we're going to the three last characters. The next character to be included would be Rob, of course, since he is another integral part of Nintendo's history. Isabelle would probably be included for another Animal Crossing, either being Tom Nook or a new character from New Horizons, so she would probably be included in a DLC pack of another Animal Crossing character. And of course, the 10th character would probably be one of the third-party characters, being Endel. The 10th character would probably be one of the third-party characters, Terry or Joker or Banjo-Kazooie or Hero, being brought back so you can have more third-party characters in the roster and be included with another character of that company. I would probably choose Banjo-Kazooie so of course you can reveal another massive Microsoft character, and also of course Master Chief was always chosen for DLC for Smash 5. The other character they can include is Cuphead. So people can finally stop, complaining that Cuphead is only a Mii costume and not a fully playable character. So, of course, we can bring back Banjo-Kazooie with Cuphead as an extra character. So, that's basically it. So that's and then the final cuts on the roster would be Pichu and Young Link, of course, being cut from Melee, which means at the end, none of the characters from Melee will really cut. None of the Echoes, and of course Quan would also come back in the same DLC pack of Roy as well, which means we get 3D characters as well, because I think Nintendo would say, oh, Quan was pretty easy to develop, we'll put him in anyways. Snake would be cut, obviously. Lucas would be cut because his game is only in Japan, so Lucas has a disadvantage there. Toon Link, because really, Nintendo used to really include more other Zelda characters such as Impa and Skull Kid. Must be better characters than 3 freaking Links, okay? 3 freaking Links, okay? You don't need 3 of the same exact character, okay? Dr. Mario, oh, I forgot about Dr. Mario. He's cut as well. No one likes you, Dr. Mario. Or we're gonna bring Dr. Mario back as an echo of Mario. That would be much more interesting then, because he was originally included in the original base roster of Smash 4. The next characters that would be cut the final cuts would be Wii Fit Trainer, because who honestly cared if Wii Fit Trainer was cut? Cloud, because obvious reasons. Corn, Bayonetta, the Belmonts, and the Cinnamon. And the DLC characters that would be cut would be Joker, Hero, Terry, as well. I don't know if these characters are kind of honestly a 50-50 shot. So, at the end, after DLC characters, those will be the characters being removed if they really want to bring back Banjo. And I think it'll be a choice between Banjo if they really want to bring back one of the DLC characters. I think Joker and Halo are probably gone. It'll probably be a choice between Zeri or Banjo-Kazooie. But I don't know any other characters that are owned by SNK. So, I chose the biases of characters I know over Banjo-Kazooie, so you can put Cuphead in Super Smash Bros. Yes, that's what I chose. or Master Chief if he's not a DLC character. Because at least I know some characters owned by Microsoft, or well can pull their own and put Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day in Super Smash Bros. As well, which would also be a lot of excitement as well be able to put more than one character in Smash Bros. And also finally put Saturday Hedgehog in Smash Bros. As it can be included in the Echo Pack as well, which include characters, such great characters like Dr. Mario and Daisy, which Shadow would be the only good character, would only be one of the two good characters in there as well. So that's basically it. Goodbye.